Welcome to ArtCrest online class. My name is Shodi Mukeni, and today we are going to be patterning the waist jacket. Okay, just like the name indicates, we are going to be ending whatever we do at the waistline. So for this particular pattern, you can decide to use your basic bodies or you can just use your dartless bodies, just like I'm doing right now. But I'm going to be showing you some method that we're going to use for this particular pattern. So this particular pattern, when we are transferring it to fabric, it does not have a lining. We are not going to line it, but rather we are going to face it. So because of that, I'm going to do one or two modifications to this particular pattern. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the armhole by ½ inch in order to make it wider. So it means I'm bringing down the armhole by ½ inch for this side and also for the front, for the back bodies as well. And I will reshape it and bring it down like this. Can you see that? So whether you're using dartless bodies or basic bodies, you have to bring it down. This is because you need it to be as free as possible because it's a waist jacket. Okay, secondly, we are going to add about 1 inch to the center front, and the reason is because it's not going to overlap. For the first ½ inch is for allowance, while the other ½ inch is just for fitted purpose, in case you want to add button or you want to add any fusible clip to your center front. So I'm going to cut part of this now to give me that. So what I'm doing here, you can also decide to do it on your fabric directly, that's adding the 1 inch allowance, or you can just, instead of wasting fabric, you can just do it on the pattern, just like I'm doing mine. Okay, so here I have it. I'm going to extend my lines now. So another thing I want to do is I'll bring down my pattern by ½ inch. In the basic bodies, the pattern was brought down by 1/8. Here I'm going to bring it down by ½ inch. I'm going to bring it down by ½ inch from the real center waistline, and I'm also going to do the same for the back bodies as well. Down by ½ inch, and then I'm going to slant it to the center back. Now another thing here is I'm using my slanted center back all the way to the front so that it can be straight. Can you see? I'm using it all the way to the neckline, which means I'm extending the neckline by 2/8. Can you see that now? So I'm using this just like I use it for the rival jacket. So I'm using this here as well. So that's the second change that we're making. On the front bodies, I said we're going to extend it by just 1 inch, whereby ½ inch is going to be for the seam allowance and the other ½ inch is just in case you want to put like a button or a clip or anything. So now remember that we brought it down by ½ inch. Now for the front, center front here, you bring it down 3 inches. You bring it down 3 inches. You want it to have a very nice curve at the front pattern. So you bring it down 3 inches for the front, and then you connect it. You can use your curve to connect it together. You can just use your curve to connect it, so to give you that slanted. Can you see? It gives you this. So let's just rule a straight line for now. Let's just rule a straight line for now because I'm going to bring it back a little bit. Okay, so from the front bodies, alright, so the next thing we want to do is work on the neckline. So we're going to make the neckline 3½ inch. You can decide to make yours 3 inch, it depends, but for this jacket I'm making it 3½. So when I stitch it down, it falls back to 4 inch. So I have it this way. So I'm going to connect from here all the way down to the waistline. I'm going to connect it from here down to the extended waistline, just like this. Can you see? Can you see what we have here? So we connect it all the way to the waistline. That's from the neck point. Let me use this. So I'm connecting it from here. Now we are going to bring this, instead of this meeting here, we are going to connect it backwards a little bit. We are going to connect it backwards a little, so it gives you that jacket feel. So we're going to connect this back a little bit. We can make it about 2.5. So by the time it falls, it goes back to 3 inches or 2 inches. It depends on you. So we'll just take it back a little bit, just like this. Can you see? Just like this. So it connects with the waistline, with the real waistline. So you have like this. We have something like this. So we now reconnect this line. So that means we are discarding this first one. So that means this first one was a mistake. So we are discarding this first one. So from here is where you're going to connect to this point. We are connecting from this point to this point. We're connecting from this point to this point. So I'm going to just cut it out now so you can see it, so you won't be confused. From here, we are cutting it away, all the way down to the waistline, and connecting it back to the extended waistline, just like this. Can you see that now? So we've done that, and then we're going to cut it here. So I think I'm going to add my allowance so that I don't have to add allowance to the fabric. So now, because of the kind of jackets we are going to be making, because we are not going to be using what's it called, lining, we're not going to be using lining but facing, I'm going to make an invisible just an illusion, what's it called, princess dart, armhole dart. I'm going to make an illusion armhole dart on the fabric. So it's not as if I'm taking anything away from the pattern, it's just created there so that I can easily fix my front bodies. It's just created so that I can easily fix my front body. So I'm going to use my marker to just do that now with my curve. Can you see? It doesn't have a specific line it's passing through. I'm not following nipple to nipple line or anything. I'm just taking it like that. So the same thing for the back bodies as well. I'm just going to place it like this and just connect it. Can you see that? So I'm just going to cut it and join it together. I'm doing it for the purpose of my lining, just like I said. So for the allowance as well, I'm going to add half-inch allowance as usual here. I'm going to add half-inch allowance here, all the way down, and I'm also adding half-inch allowance here. Can you see? And I'm adding half-inch allowance here as well. Okay, so that's that for this. So we already have what we want here. So I'll cut out the front bodies now. I'm not adding allowance here. I'll do that while I transfer it to the fabric. You can do that on your pattern. The princess that I made, I'm just going to cut it straight. And then when I transfer my pattern to fabric, I'll just fix it back. I'll just add half-inch here and then join it together. So this is my CF and this is my SF, my side front and my front. So here is what I have. Now to the back bodies, as usual, we're going to take the front bodies here, the neckline. We're going to make sure that it aligns together like this, and then we are going to mark it down, and then we are just going to connect it back to this point. We are not taking anything from the neck point. We leave it the way it is, just 1 inch, the way it is, and we'll just connect it back to the extended center front. Okay, at this as well, we are going to add 1/2 inch to the armhole all the way down. We'll add 1/2 inch like this, and then we are going to add 1/2 inch to the side as well, and also we'll add 1/2 inch that we're going to use to stitch this side. And of course, the center front does not need any allowance. I'll show you how we are going to join it, because the center front will be cut on fold. There won't be any joining at the center front at all. At the center back rather. The center back will be cut